Fellow Nigerians, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, at home and abroad. I welcome you to today's broadcast, today, the 22nd of July 2022. And the topic to be discussed is what is or are the implications of a Muslim ticket to Nigeria and Nigerians. We cannot sweep this issue under the carpet because it has come to stay with us. But we have to make a decisive decision and look at it objectively to be able to arrive at a conclusion that is that benefit all, regardless of religion, tribe, or ethnicity back at home. Now, I've heard a lot of arguments, and like I said, I've not so far heard a persuasive argument as to why it is good and why it is bad. So it's either way. I've not, both ways, I've not heard any persuasive argument. But that being said, like I said, we have to be objective. Objective in the sense that it is not something that should divide us, but something that we should discuss and arrive at a conclusion. The reason for this is by next year, 2023, God willing, we will be having a new leader, a new president to pilot the affairs of the nation. And my hope, my prayer, my wish, my belief, my everything is that this person in question should be Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed. The reason is that I believe they have a listening here. They will listen to the people. They will be able to restore trust back in government and be able to unite the country as one. So that is the reason for my casting vote and appealing to people to vote for him. Now, you know the APC party is a Muslim ticket. So if this issue is brought before them, you know it's not gonna this issue is not gonna see the light of the day. Nobody will discuss about it. Now, is it good or is it bad? That is the issue that needs to be for us to address. Now, the overriding objective has to be fair and just in the sense that if we are saying the Muslim ticket in respect to the president and the vice president is not good for the country, then equally it has to be across board, meaning that we cannot have a Muslim in respect to a governor and his deputy in any position of leadership in government. This cannot be applied in the private sector because you cannot decide for them. But this is in relation what to the government. So it has to be across board. It can't just be only the presidency and we neglect the other aspect of it. No. We know the presidency dictates or direct. We follow the presidency's direction or directive. But nevertheless, we have to be fair across the board. So the implication is what I still need someone to tell me. There are a lot of clergymen who have come out, a lot of Christians who have come out to say, oh, they don't like this Muslim ticket, or they gave reasons. In fact, I have not heard any reasons. So if I have to be honest, maybe the reasons are out there and it has not dropped on my table for me to look at. Now, if you are watching and you want to join this discussion, you want to weigh in on the topic, please, you can click on the link on the comment section and it will bring you straight onto the platform. It's a series. This is just part one of this discussion. So one may stay long, one may not stay long. So is something we will discuss over time. So in my own, where I am coming from, looking at the Muslim ticket, it is open to argument as to what are the merits and the demerits of having a Muslim ticket, and how does it impact on the nation in the eyes of the international community, and how does it impact on Nigerians at home and abroad. I don't know. I pray, someone will come in and weigh into this or join this discussion so that we can look at it from every aspect, in the box and outside the box, to be able to know exactly its implication on Nigeria. Remember, whatever it is, whatever we say or do, we must avoid being seen as one who discriminates on the basis of religion or tribe. We can't afford that. And on the flip side, for those who are genuinely concerned or really concerned about it, like I said, Peter Obi is the man for the job, who can do the job, who can address this issue when he gets into power. He's going to listen, and he's going to come up with policies. I believe he will rub mind with his cabinet, rub mind with Nigerians at home and abroad, to be able to reach a very conclusive decision that is going to be beneficiary for all Nigerians, and the country will not look bad in the eyes of the international world. So these are very important. It's not for us to fight each other, and that we ain't gonna, the topic ain't gonna make us fight each other. Remember, we are Nigerians, so we just want to look for a common ground on how to address this issue. If we are gonna have a Muslim ticket, on what ground are we having a Muslim ticket? Remember, if you kick against Muslim ticket, or if you are kicking against Muslim ticket, remember they will also kick against, the Muslims will kick against a Christian ticket. So how do we balance this thing now? It's all down to policies and everything for us to now look at. And but if we have a right leader there, a leader with character, and we will be able to pilot the affairs of this discussion, of this issue, and also help us to look into the constitution if it required to be rewritten or rewrite it, or definitely there's some amendment that needs to take place in the constitution, but some clamor for it to be totally abolished and to rewrite it, which I don't think it makes sense, because not everything in the Constitution is bad. The Constitution is designed to be amended, just like any other thing. You take out the part that is not good, or the wordings that does not represent the entire nation, and put words there that represent everyone. So that, to me, that is the best way to go about it, rather than having to scrap the entire constitution, which some people clamor for. So most clergymen have come out to say the Muslim ticket, it's not good, and they've not supported it with even a scripture from the Bible to say why this is not good. They've not even supported it with anything so far to say why this is not good. I like I often say that if you are arguing, or whatever argument you are putting before, you should have some substance or facts to support your argument, so that we can look at, so that it can be looked at, and other people can say, well, this is right, this is not right, this is right, this is right. The 2023 election is coming up. As you can see, what is displayed on the board, it's character, competence, capacity, and one with has the ability to make policy. These are the 4 qualities that the Christian Association can issued in that directive or communique on YouTube, which I watched yesterday. I think I still have it on the playing in the background, which I watched yesterday. They said you should vote for a candidate that has these 4 characters. The first character, the first highlight in regards to character is the fear of God. I mean, I keep asking questions. What do we use to measure the fear of God? How do you measure the fear of God? How do you determine this individual has the fear of God? Now, I will be very careful to pick my words here, because so that as not to offend people. But please, if you're offended by this, you can always seek clarification as to why, or tell me why you feel what I'm about to say offends you. But it's nothing personal, please. I respectfully, it's nothing personal, and so therefore I observe our protocol. Now, when this communique was issued yesterday as to who, telling Christians as to who they should vote for, the individual should be somebody who has character, who is competent, capacity, and policy. They didn't mention there were other things under the subject of character, competence. But like I said, in Nigerian present context, I think we need to put things in context. Perspective, context always matters a lot. In the present situation that we are right now, in Nigeria's present, in respect to the 2023 election, who do we think has character? I believe we all know who has character, not think. We all know who has character, who is competent, who has capacity, and can bring out policies that will favor every Nigerian. Policy in every situation, including this Muslim ticket. And that person is Peter Obi. But why they fail to mention that is what I really do not understand. Maybe they don't want to be seen as taking side. For crying out loud. In this present situation we have, when it comes to politics, you have to make a choice. You really have to make a choice. If you talk about character, Peter Obi has character. He's competent. So why can you not just tell the people to vote for Peter Obi? They highlighted that the candidate should not be associated with Boko Haram or whatever it is. For crying out loud. Why don't you just say who the person is? I really don't. To me, I felt this is, hypocrisy and not valuing the truth. We have to value truth. It's very important that we value truth. We know the situation. The phrase that goes by, no one is as blind as the one who refuses to see. Even though you have eyes, you refuse to see. We all know the situation in the country right now. Even the blind man in Nigeria feels the situation. The unborn child in the womb of mothers feels the situation that is going on in Nigeria. Because the time the mother would take to go to hospital, attend antenatal, drag her from here to there, no doctor around, no medicine, the child in the womb feels it. Started complaining that, which country am I going to be if this woman wants to bring me out into? That we have to stay in the hospital this long. We cannot see doctor. She's not even eating properly. Even me in the womb cannot get the right food to eat. So why we now start dashing about, playing hide and seek over who this individual is what I really don't understand. If we cannot come out boldly to say this is the person we should vote for, how are we going to be able to address the issue of, or be objective in the issue of a Muslim ticket that you raise concern about? You can't be objective about it. Is it about religion? What if the Muslim person has character, is competent, full of capacity, and able to manage policies and come up with good policies? Are you going to rule the person out because it's a Muslim? We need to put things in balance and try to. That's why I said this discussion is not for us to fight each other. It's for us to discuss it and bring it to the attention of who is going to be our president. Or don't let me say who is going to be our president. To bring it to the attention of Peter Obi now, so that he will have it at the back of his mind that when he becomes president in 2023, he will address this issue so that it does not divide us further. Rather than dividing us, It should unite us together. So I've not, like I said, I hope this is part one, and I believe this message will go out, and we're gonna have part two next week, Friday. Maybe for the next 4 weeks, we're gonna discuss this issue of a Muslim ticket. We cannot brush it under the carpet. It ain't gonna work because right now we have a Muslim ticket, and should they win, which we all do, even though the candidate that the party display, we know they have questionable character allegedly. Nobody has they've not been prosecuted, so and you know what the law says. The law says everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But in the court of public opinion, we've already condemned them. God forgive us anyway. But however, we know they have questionable characters, and so for that reason, we have to discuss this matter, and we have to ensure that that we do everything within our power to vote the right man in. And I say this authoritatively, as an individual, as a Nigerian citizen, and also as a minister of God, that the person who can steer this ship forward is Peter Obi. No one else, to be honest. Looking at all the candidates, if the known candidates, I mean the unknown ones, it is very possible that there are those we have some who are able to, but we don't know them. But the focus is on the ones that are in the public lights. So we know putting them on the scale, it comes out. Peter Obi comes out as number one. So if you're worried, you are concerned about this Muslim ticket, well, the basic thing you can do right now is for you to cast your vote, get your PVC, and vote for Peter Obi, because he's the only one that can address this issue. No one can address this issue. I have to be honest with you. That is just the honest truth. If he's the only one that can address this issue and restore trust back into government, reunite us. I keep saying this. When we Christian stand on the sideline and don't participate in politics, what do we expect? Yes, we must appreciate Pastor Tunde Bakare and the Vice President Oshibanjo, who is also a pastor, who came out and wanting to be president. We must commend them. Though questions needs to be asked as well too, as to how they're able to get the 100 million that they pay for the APC presidential form. But nevertheless, we have to still thank them for coming out. So as Christians, you have to be involved in politics. Politics is not evil, please. That's what we've been told over the years, that politics is evil. And let me tell you why politics is not evil. Number one, God is the author of politics. You cannot separate religion from politics. It is impossible. It is what? It is impossible. Joseph was a prime minister in Egypt. That's politics. It was not just, it wasn't prime minister in Israel or in anywhere. It was in Egypt. And he attended to the affairs of people there. In fact, he was in charge. Because of what? Because of his transparency, his faithfulness, his truthfulness. He feared God. So, and that fear of God, he was able to administer right justice over those who do not fear God. He did not condemn them because it's in Egypt. Now, we need to look at it very well. Daniel was also prime minister, or one of the 3 presidents in Babylon. Now, at a point, the Bible says that they tried in every sense to implicate him, corrupt him, or to make him break the law of the land. But they could not. And what is it? What does it mean to break the law of the land? Bringing this in present context or putting it into Nigeria. What does it mean to break the law of the country? Bribery, giving of bribe, taking of bribe. Okay, anything that has to do with breaking law in Nigeria. As a Christian, Daniel did not, which means it is very possible for us, for Christians, to be in the affairs of government and fear God and not break the law, even when it comes to tempting you. So this idea that you cannot be involved in politics because you're a Christian, it's just a lie from the devil. And why we have sucked into it or swallow it over the years is what I really how we go to this point is what I don't know. I can get. So we must not shy away from it. That's just the truth. We have a great country, and it is sad that the country is in the state that it is right now. But we can turn things around. Believe me, I strongly believe that we can turn things around and ensure that we bring the country back to its former glory. In fact, better than its former glory. Why the Christian Association of Nigeria said you should vote for someone with this character, with these 4 attributes. I beg your pardon, 4 attributes: character, competence, capacity, and policy. I am telling you right now, in addition to what they say, I am telling you that the individual or the individuals to vote for is what Peter Obi and his vice president. It's very important. Don't forget that. I'm telling you from the integrity of my heart and a true counsel of God, giving you a true counsel of God, that what you should vote for Peter Obi. I'm answerable to God, and I will answer. When God asks me this, I will tell God, I gave this counsel out of the integrity of my heart, based on everything I have listened to, heard him, and his past records. Now, in defending the integrity of my heart, in giving this counsel, for those who remember, who are familiar with the scripture, will remember, I think it's Abimelech that took Abraham's wife Sarah. Is it Abimelech or Ahimelech that took Abraham's wife Sarah? And God have to send an angel to intervene so that he did not sleep with Abraham's wife. And Abimelech had to challenge God and say, listen, I took her out of the integrity of my heart. And God told him, it is because of the integrity of your heart I came to stop you from committing this great havoc. So we need to know what integrity is all about. Not just say somebody, no. Out of the integrity of my heart, based on what Peter Obi, I have heard him, his speech, his past record, I say this in conjunction with the directive of the Christian Association, that you vote for Peter Obi. Put your vote there. I mean, they shy away from mentioning his name. I can understand, because they don't want to be seen as being political, even though we know that they are political. Like I said, with due respect, if you're offended, I apologize in advance. But vote for Peter Obi. Don't shy away from it. That's the truth. We have to learn to value the truth. He is the man. He is the man for the job. He is the one that can do the job. Nobody else at this present time. Maybe after 4 years, we will judge him after 4 years and to know if indeed. But I can assure you that he is the man to do the job, and he will do it right. Not selfish, not self-centered, even though they claim that he's stingy, but his stinginess brings out result. Which is better? To be stingy and produce results, or to spend money and we continue to live in darkness and bad roads, and the schools have been on strike for months now. ASU strike has been on since from time. I can't go back when ASU started strike. start to strike. Years back, every time they go on strike. Is it not sad? This is as a result of absence of good leadership. How many countries do we hear that their lecturers go on strike? How many countries do we hear? Now, I may have deviated from the topic a little bit, but the fact of the matter is we need to discuss this issue. Join me next week, same time, 6 p.m. Friday on Facebook to discuss this issue of what? Of a Muslim ticket and what is the implication to Nigeria and Nigerians. It is not for us to fight each other, it's for us to find a common ground. Common ground is very important that we have to find. Because if we don't find common ground, then it's going to lead into something else. Until I come your way again, stay blessed.